All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got music on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up.
Hi all and welcome to round 13 of Rant Football. This is obviously the results and the prediction table. If you haven't seen the video before, go and watch it to see the predictions. You also understand that I was in Tenerife, so this is my excuse that things happened. Well, I would have done my predictions a lot later, and Jose became manager of Tottenham, so I would have changed a few things here and there maybe. I think I should drop points for everybody to make it fair. Now, only joking. I was on holiday, so I hadn't seen really any football. I was getting drunk in the sun in Tenerife, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't really have the time for the football all the time. It was my last day in Tenerife, the Saturday, so my thoughts were I need to get the fuck out of here and get out in the sun as much as possible before my flight home. I missed the Chelsea game totally, what upset me, but you know, life goes on. I couldn't understand why Chelsea was a Saturday game against Manchester City. That's Super Sunday written all over it. That's Sky and this is why I believe people illegally stream football around the world. It doesn't make sense to me. Bit of a rant now. It doesn't make sense to me that in USA you can watch every game on NBC Sport and NBC Sport in Gold, I believe it's called, and in Africa on the BN Sport channels. I've heard there's rules in this country what were made years and years ago that football couldn't be on at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, all games, because it would stop people going, what a load of crap that is, personally, in my opinion. There's nothing like being at a game, but people are being priced out now, and now you're not giving them the option to watch the team they love. You probably got more of a chance of people going if they see the team play more, but there you go. So that is why people legally are streaming, I believe. Do I agree with it? I'm not going to answer that for legal reasons. It's nothing to do with me, what people do in their lives, but I can understand why people do it now. But should they? Probably not. Anyway, so we're going to get into the results and how everyone got on. That's all I can really do, unfortunately. So, yeah, shall I shut up and get on with it? Pretty much. Here's the results. So, Saturday games. West Ham versus Jose's Spurs. Jose Mourinho, who's also proven he's not about love for clubs, he's about the love for the cash. As I said before, you can understand that Jose changes his mind. He's a bitter old man, the way he comes across personally, I think. I'm a Chelsea fan. It's not being biased. Good luck to him at his job. I don't want him to do better in Chelsea, clearly, but the man's got to do what the man's got to do. He lives in London. He's lived in London literally his whole life. His family, well, not his whole life. He's adult in life from, I believe, mid-40s, and his child has lived there quite a lot, and she goes to university and everything there. So it makes sense he took a London job. It's just that he's bitter little bitches about Chelsea. It's pathetic, mate. Move on. We've moved on with Frank. You don't need to be bitter. Just enjoy it. Just remember the good times like I try to review, and respect each other. So we're going to move on from that anyway, because it's not worth talking about a bitter old man. Anyway, so the score of the day was the early kickoff. It was West Ham 2, Tottenham 3. Tottenham, I know, were 3-0 up, and I heard West Ham show up in the last 20 minutes, got 2 goals, so Jose's got a lot of work to do. So full time, West Ham 2, Spurs 3. Well, I went for a 2-2 draw, 0 points. Gavin went 2-0 to the Tottenham, 2 points. Paul went 2-2 also, 0 points. Simon went 2-0 Tottenham also, 2 points. Craig went 2-1 to the Hammers, 0 points. Drew went 2-1 to Spurs, 2 points. Colin went 2-2 also. Seems to be a few 2-2s here, but we're all wrong on them ones, 0 points. Arsenal versus Southampton, 2-2 draw. Arsenal are a mess. Emery should be out. Every day I wake up and the day ends and I see he's not fired. It brings a smile to my face that Arsenal are being stubborn. It's quite funny, I think. Clearly he needs firing, but the longer Arsenal take, the better it's for us. So full time it was Arsenal 2, Southampton 2. Well, I went 2-0 Arsenal, 0 points. Gavin went 2-0 to Arsenal, 0 points. Paul and Simon went 2-1 Arsenal, 0 points. Simon was taking something and said 4-0 Arsenal, 0 points. Drew went 1-1. Well on Drew for getting 2 points on that though. Colin went 3-0 Arsenal. Must be the Marmite. He's going to use that against me. Went 3-0 Arsenal, 0 points. Bournemouth versus Wolves. 2-1 to the Wolves. As I said, I had a feeling Wolves would start getting better through the season. I think it's convenient you're noticing they get better results when they have international breaks or there's no Europa League. I think the squad's not big enough and maybe best for them to get out of that cup. Well, I went 2-0, 0 points. Gavin went 1-0 to the Wolves, all 2 points. Paul went 1-0, so that's 0 points. Simon went 2-1 to the Wolves. Well on Simon, 3 points. Craig went 2-0 to the Wolves, 2 points. Drew went 1-0, so he got 0 points. Colin went 2-1 also, so he gets 3 points. And it's pretty close between Colin and Simon this week. Brighton versus Leicester. I don't think anyone expected Brighton to do anything in this game. Leicester are on fire. Vardy's on fire. Brendan Rodgers has got playing great football. I still think the trick is it's Brendan Rodgers is smiling his teeth at other teams' defences, and his bright Venetian teeth are blinding them. That's the only thing I can think is really working. But anyway, it was Brighton 0, Tottenham 2. I went 3-1 to Leicester, 2 points. So did Gavin, 2 points. Paul went 3-0, 2 points. Simon went 2-0, another 3 points. Simon. Craig went 2-1, 2 points. Drew went 3-1, 2 points. And Colin went 2-1, 2 points. I believe I've lost. It's Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Heard it was a close game-ish. Liverpool not their best, but that's what champions do. Full time, Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2. I went 2-0, so did Gavin, 2-0 to Liverpool, 2 points. Paul went 3-1, 2 points. Simon went 4-0, 2 points. Craig went against his team, went 1-0, 0 points. Drew went 3-0, and so did Colin. Both get 2 points to Liverpool, obviously. Everton versus Norwich. I think this is another manager who needs firing. The Everton manager, he's a fraud, he's terrible, he's rubbish, he's like Marmite, he's always crap. So, full-time Everton 0, Norwich 2. I'm just going to say everyone scores because we all got 0 points because we all had confidence in Everton, and that shows you how bad they're doing really compared to what they should be doing. I went 2-1, Gavin went 1-0, Paul went 2-1, Simon went 1-0, Craig went 2-0, Drew went 2-0, Colin went 3-1, all for Everton, 0 points. Watford versus Burnley. Full time, Watford are back to their losing ways already after one win. Burnley win 3-0. Well, I was hoping for a draw, 0 points. Gavin and Paul went 2-1 to Watford, 0 points. Simon, 3-0 on the doors, mate, to the Burnley. You get 3 points. Craig went 1-0 to Watford, 0 points. Drew went 1-0, 0 points. Colin went 2-0 to Burnley, 2 points. We move on to the game of the weekend. Yeah, again, I don't understand why it's a 5:30 kickoff and not a Super Sunday. It's the biggest game of the weekend. It should be the biggest fixture of the weekend, in my opinion. But life goes on. Anyway, so it maybe just thinking now quickly off the top of my head, Champions League, get the game on Saturday. Makes sense. Man City versus Chelsea. Full time to Man City. It was Man City 2, Chelsea 1. What a lot of people have told me, Chelsea gave them a real good game in the first half. But experience and that showed in the second half, and City were the better team second half. But just to lose 2-1 to a team who's won the League Twos on a trot, who are a great team, with loads of money behind them, they have a poor defence, but City going forward. Chelsea are a team for the future. They just need to bring a couple of 2, 3, maybe 4 players in, and they could be easily a title contender again. But not this season. Top 4 will be good, maybe a cup here and there, maybe, and a little good run in a cup in Europe. As I said, anyway, full time, it was Man City 2, Chelsea 1. I went 3-1 to the City, 2 points. Gavin went 3-1 also, 2 points. Paul went 3-0, 2 points. Simon went for a draw 2-all, 0 points. Craig went 2-1 to the Chelsea. I think that was a bit of hope more than anything. 0 points. Drew went 2-all, 0 points. And Colin went 2-1 to the City. He knew, like me, like a Chelsea fan, that we're not ready to beat teams like City yet. It's coming. You can see we're a good team. There's plenty of teams we're going to destroy this season, but Colin knew, like me, not being biased, that this was going to be a City day and it wasn't to be upset about. We knew it was coming. So I said Colin 2-1, 3 points. We move on to Sunday's only game. I thought on paper it looks boring. A small club like Man United versus a mighty Sheffield United. You may laugh, but you look at Man United right now, they're not Man United they were before. Manager needs to go, players need to go, board needs to change. That club, wow, has a lot of work. Even the owners probably need to go. I worry for United a bit, actually, tell you the truth. Anyway, what a game. I know this game because I saw bits of it and got quite a lot of it to watch myself because I was home. Sheffield United were 2-0 up, deservingly 2-0 up. Man United went on a rampage second half. I think a 10-15 minute spell, got it to 3-2. Sheffield United got the equaliser, deserved the equaliser to get it back to 3-3. Full time 3-3. Well, I was thinking United could do this, and I was wrong. So was Gavin. We both went 2-1 to United, 0 points. Paul went 4-1 to United. Tell you what, I'm just going to tell you everyone's scores because yet again it's all 0 points. Because is it all 0 points? Oh, I don't bloody know. I think Craig might have been the only one who got it right. So yeah, I'll just do it properly. So we got to Paul 4-1, 0 points. Simon said 3-0 to United, 0 points. Craig went 2-0 Sheffield United, apparently. So he gets 2 points. What I didn't put up because oh no, he went 2-0 Sheffield United. That's is clearly 0 points. There's always a point I muck up and get my head confused with things. This was it. Craig went 2-0 Sheffield United, 0 points. Drew went 1-0 Sheffield United, 0 points. Colin went 2-1 Sheffield United, 0 points. None of us thought of a draw. How stupid's that? Aston Villa versus Newcastle on the Monday night game. I didn't watch it. I had better things to do, quite personally. It was my first day back at work, so I couldn't be bothered to watch two teams who are pretty much insignificant to me right now. Newcastle are rubbish. Sorry, Simon, they are rubbish. Aston Villa, just one of them strange clubs, should be bigger, but they're not. That's pretty much it. Anyway, but it did go Villa's way. It was full time. It was 2-0 to the Villa against Newcastle. Well, I went 1-0 to the Villa, 2 points. Gavin went 1-0 to the Villa also, I should say. 2 points. Paul went 2-1 to Villa. He gets 2 points. Simon went with his heart and not his head on this one and went 2-1 Newcastle, 0 points. Craig went 3-1 to the Villa, 2 points. Drew thought of another Desmond Tutu. Went 2-2, 0 points, and Colin went 1-0 to the Villa. What's very significant, and I'll explain in a second, and got 2 points. Now, the reason I'm explaining this is pretty much because Simon was leading Saturday and Sunday. Colin was literally just behind him, and this result is what was going to decide it. It went Colin's way, and Colin is doing well with it, as you'll see, because now I'm going to do people's points and how it ended. Well, Craig won it one time, you won it one time, but this time you're bottom, you won it one time. Yep, Craig only got 6 points, he is bottom. Then there is me, Paul and Drew, all on 8 points, being your host. I will put myself second to bottom. Paul, you will go third from bottom because you've been on a lot, and Drew, your first time. I will push you up over us because there really was hardly any differences and it was hard to decide, so I just make it up. A bit like UEFA with VAR and the Premier League. So, yep. Then we go Gavin in third on 12 points. Gavin, you're always so close, mate. Always. Maybe if you bought your results like Man City buy their way to trophies, you'd win it. Anyway, and this is what happened. So who came first? Simon or Colin? Well, as I said, the Villa game decided this. And in second place, on 13 points, is Simon. So your champion and fellow Chelsea fan. The only bad thing I know about him, he loves Marmite. But the man's a champ right now, so maybe Marmite's got his brain thinking. Connor, I believe this is the second time you've won it, mate. Well done. 14 points. That 1 point over Simon has won you the predictions round 13 table. Well done. Well done to everyone this time. If you want to be on again, just message me. Tell me. Because I think this week I need them in by Thursday at the latest. That's pretty much it on them. If you'd like to be a first time guest, get on me on Twitter. You'll see it in the show notes, or message on here, or just email me. Come on, guys, I want fresh faces as well. Let's make this fun. And any of you think like you ever see this, like from Arsenal Fan TV, the big boys, because I'm a nobody, Sophie from Chelsea's Blues TV and all that stuff, all them people, type of people want to come on and just have a laugh and doing it. Come on and do it. It's a 3-minute video, probably at the most you have to do. Send it to me, the video. I'll add it. I'll do all the work. Let's see if you can be champion. I said before, you got anything you want advertising? If it's a sports sort of company thing, you sell stuff, a podcast, a YouTube channel, or Twitter, anything like that, just tell me when you're on, and I'll add them to the show notes and get them on the screen as well. It's worth a little bit of fun. 3 minutes, as I said, guys. It's just a bit of fun, nothing serious to it, just to show how normal people without money involved, just trying to have a laugh and predict football scores in the Premier League. But if you want to be on, the other option is Gmail, baldphill@gmail.com. That's BALDPHILL@gmail.com. It's probably been going across the screen for ages now, so it's on the screen as well. Come on, give it a go. It's a laugh. Right, so that's pretty much for round 13 on Rant Football. Thank you for everyone being on again. Listen, subscribe, follow them all on whatever they do, podcast and all that stuff, YouTube. Give it a go, guys. Yeah, again, Colin, well done for being champion. Simon, so close. Gavin, yet again, so close. Craig, you may have won it one time, but you're bottom this time. See you all soon.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got music on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up.
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.